So because my brain doesn't really work properly these days, I was going to do a 5-month update, and it's just dawned on me that she is 6 months in 2 days. So this is Luna's 6-month update. Here is where we are at. I gave her a little feed, thinking that she was still okay to stay up for the video. No, it's clearly nap time. So she's snoring on me, and I'm being an irresponsible parent. She should be in her cot right now, but I've kept her here so you can see her in the video, even though you can't see her in her full glory. So where is Luna at 6 months old? This is the first update I've done since she was literally born. I'm not one for doing loads and loads of updates. I think they're boring for other people, but it is nice for me to look back on. So let's start with sleep. I know a lot of sort of first-time mums and new mums will watch these videos to know what our sleep and nap time schedule is like. We don't have one. Luna is, I'm not going to say she's a bad sleeper because I don't believe in that, because I think she is a baby and this is what babies do. But she's probably a bad sleeper in comparison with what a lot of mums or what society would like her to be doing now, and it has been tough going. So she still wakes sometimes up to 6 times a night. There was one night when she woke 12 times. I mean, how is that even possible? But anyway, she started off life sleeping quite well and seemed to quite enjoy sleep. Luna's had a lot of things go against her, silent reflux and all the things that come with that, and now we're thinking a possible cow's milk protein allergy. We're not entirely sure yet. I'll get to that. So sleep isn't something that comes easily to Luna. She really tries, and she gets woken up. This always happens. The minute I start talking to camera about sleep, I start yawning. Yeah, so she wakes up because she's uncomfortable, because she can't breathe, because she's in pain. She's not even really waking for feeds, she's waking for all those reasons. So, you know, we are just rolling with the punches at the moment and trying to survive. It does have an effect on my mental health, definitely, but I know it will pass. We had this with Noah as well. So naps, she has 4 naps a day, but they do vary depending on when she gets up, like how much she was up in the night, what we're doing for the day. So if we're at home, she will have 4 naps in like her sleepy head. But like yesterday, for example, she just would not go down for longer than 20 minutes, and I knew she needed to sleep, so she ended up sleeping on me like this for the whole afternoon, for 2.5 hours. So she needed that sleep. Meant I couldn't get anything done at all. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. But sometimes such is life. But you know, if we're out, she will nap in the car seat, she will nap in the pram, but she does still need 4 naps a day. And her bedtime routine, I start to put her down at 7, but again, last night she was up and down, screaming the house down with like trap wind and stuff until about 11. So I do have a bedtime routine, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we all get a peaceful night's sleep. Food. Luna has always been exclusively breastfed apart from the first week of life. That suits us. Someone said to me the other day, it was like a healthcare professional, how many feeds a day does she have? And I was like, I don't know. And I think that's the way it should be for an on-demand breastfed baby, and I don't know how you breastfeed in any other way. It's not like bottles where you can overfeed them. You can't overfeed a breastfed baby, and they use the breast not just for food, but for comfort, for sleep, when they're in pain. You know, breast milk has natural anaesthetics in it, it has sleep hormones, so I'm a firm believer in feed them when they ask. Oh, sorry, I've now got an itchy nose. But generally she feeds every 3 hours. If she's unwell or niggly or particularly tired, it might be every 2 hours, or if she's really busy, it might be every 3.5, 4 hours. But again, I am happy just to feed her whenever she asks. It's her schedule. I remember with Noah finding that the schedule came at about 8 months when they're eating a lot more kind of solid food. But for now, I just feed on demand. I feed in the night. Sometimes in the night I try not to, because I can sense that she's full. And if I feed her again, you have to start the whole winding process again, and she gets wind and more silent reflux. So sometimes we try and get her down in the night without a feed. But yep, I will feed to sleep. I'm happy to do all of those things that you're not supposed to do. So she's really happy. on the boob. We have now started weaning. We started weaning her 5 days before she turned 6 months. She was a month early, so we were a little bit unsure, but she just seemed really ready. And I thought it might help some of her reflux problems. So we started her on baby porridge. I am actually following the Annabelle Carmel First Tastes Planner, which I didn't do properly with Noah. I won't go into that, but we did mainly baby-led weaning with Noah, and I don't think it worked for him. So I am going down a completely different route this time, which I think goes against current sort of advice. I am going to be doing spoon feeding for the first few weeks anyway, then introduce some finger foods. So I just want to get those first tastes in for her. So she's had 2 days of baby porridge, absolutely loved it. Today we're going to try carrots. That may not go down as well because it's not as nice maybe as baby porridge, but as I say, I'm following this thing. Tomorrow I think it's apples or pears or something, so I'm quite excited, and so far so good, but hey, we're only 2 days into it, it could still go horribly wrong. How big is Luna? This is a very good question, and again, because I'm a second time mum, I don't know. I haven't had her weighed. Is it awful that I've never actually been to the weighing clinic? In my area there used to be 10 clinics, there's now only 2. The government have slashed like the health visitor budgets, which I think is terrible. So there is one clinic we can get to. It clashes with a baby class, and also my friend told me that it is so overrun. You're in there for hours, it's really, really hot, and she's not a chilled baby, so I have just avoided like the plague, whereas I know I should go. And because she's had a few health problems, she's been weighed regularly at the doctors. But to be honest, I'm kind of going by looking at her. She looks healthy, she's got chubby cheeks, she's got chubby thighs. She is outgrowing her clothes, so she's outgrowing all her 3 to 6 month clothes now, and I'm buying 6 to 9 months. Some of those have got a bit of room, you know, in the bottom. But that to me says that she's growing fine. When you have a smaller baby, when you are a smaller human, like me, my husband, Jay, we're both small. I'm 5'3", Jay is 5'6". I only weigh like 7.5 stone, which is actually quite heavy for me. We're from small families. Noah is very small, but the charts don't like smallness, so they put extra pressure on you and things. So I'm just avoiding it this time, and I just know she's fine. So yeah, just going with the flow. So what can Luna do at almost 6 months? The one thing she can't do, which I don't know if I should be worried about, she can't roll over yet, and Noah was rolling over because I wrote it down at like 17, 18 weeks, and she is 26 weeks and not rolling. But I think the problem is where she's suffered so badly with reflux and silent reflux in her early months, I wasn't really putting her down on her tummy because she would either just scream in pain or just vomit everywhere. So I think that's my fault. So now when I do put her down on her tummy, she absolutely hates it. So we're almost kind of, I'd say, 2 months behind with tummy time. She's getting better. I'm kind of using tummy time rollers and all these sorts of things. But again, I'm not too worried because I can see how strong she is because she's nearly sitting up. So I think some babies just do things at different times. I think Noah fully sat up at 7 months, and she is almost there. You can leave her for a few seconds. She sits up in like her bumbo seat really well, and she wants to do it, and she is into everything. She is a live wire. She is grabbing everything. You can tell that she wants to get down on the floor and play with Noah. She doesn't want to be a baby. She wants to be like rushing around. So I don't really have any worries about her development. I think maybe in another sort of few weeks, if she's not rolling and sort of really not showing any signs of doing that, then perhaps I'll take her to see the health visitor. But at the moment, I'm just not too worried. She loves grabbing things, putting them in her mouth. At baby class, it's a music class, she just wants to eat all the instruments. But she's really got great hand-to-eye coordination. All her grips seem really, really good. She's now in the jumperoo. The circle of neglect is back. She absolutely loves it. She's very active. I think she's going to be much more of... Noah's quite a placid child. I think she's going to be a bit of a firecracker, this one. So... yeah, watch out me. So yeah, apart from that, meat at 6 months, if you're interested, I'm back to my pre-baby weight, although everything is very flabby. I do need to start working out. I had some pelvic floor issues which are still kind of ongoing, so I was a bit scared of exercise, but I found a postnatal exercise class in my area, I think, so I'm gonna give that a go and start doing some gentle exercise at home. In terms of my mood, I do suffer with some low moods. I think it hasn't been helped by the very long dark winter, and I've had 2 children that have just been ill constantly throughout it, so I think I'm okay. But you know, I'm going to keep an eye on my own mental health. But apart from that, I think that is everything. If you've got any questions, leave them below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again very soon. Bye from Luna. I'm going to go put her down for a nap now in her cot.